Yes, hello.
How are you doing, Sam?
I'm all right.
Yeah, so I have some concerns, major concerns. Can you hear me?
Yeah, the way you sound like you're angry. So
Oh, well, no. I was just moving some things around.
yeah, so as long as there's no one distracting you in the back, because so we don't hear. So your major concerns, okay?
Um, so I've been a Muslim for a while, not
Speak,
for a while.
yeah, speak in the mic though, so a little
Oh,
closer.
okay. I've been a Muslim for a little while now, and
You converted to Islam.
yes, and
What was your
it
background?
sounded good at huh?
What was your background before you converted?
It was like lukewarm Christian atheist type thing. It was just like lukewarm, like not really into the book, really.
Okay, go ahead. So then you became Muslim how many years ago?
Not even like about some months ago, about 6 months ago. And my imams and the local sheikhs would tell me, don't look into hadiths, not just yet, you too early. And I'm like, well, I like, why not? And then as time went on, as I started reading the Quran more, I started going into the hadiths, not and which are labeled Sahih. And according to what they told me, this is
Yeah.
authentic. And I'm like, well, this is some real disturbing things in here that just do not align
All right.
morally. And I'm like, I can't follow something like this. And from what I'm being told in the book is that Muhammad is supposed to be the example for all of humanity and even greater than Jesus. But according to the Gospels that I've read, this man is not greater than Jesus from what I've read.
Yeah. Now they told you Muhammad is greater than Jesus.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they think. Yeah, I just wanted people know that because they think Muhammad is Sayyid al-Mursaleen, the master of the sent ones, and he is the leader of the sons of Adam, and that he is al-insan al-kamil, the perfect man. Nonetheless, okay. So what happened?
So I've seen some hypocrisy in these hadiths. Like the marriage of Aisha, how she
Yeah.
was 6 years old and was ready for marriage. But when Abu Bakr asked for Fatima's hand in marriage, Muhammad said she was too young. And I'm like, this is a clear error.
Well,
Clear,
he
clear.
said, Abu Bakr actually said, because we don't want to be accused of misrepresenting the hadith.
Okay.
They'll say he said, "But you are my brother." So the
Yeah.
narration says Abu Bakr said, "But you are my brother." He goes, "Yes, you're my brother in religion, but she's lawful for me."
Yes. And then that concerned me because later on, when in the authentic hadith where Abu Bakr asks for Fatima hand in marriage,
Yep.
the prophet says that she's too young, and I'm like, well, wouldn't
Exactly.
Aisha be too young? Fatima was older than Aisha at the time.
Precisely. Fatima, Muhammad's daughter, when Umar and Abu Bakr want to marry, he goes, "She's too young," but then he gave her to Ali. Ali ibn Abu Talib. Same thing with Ali's daughter, Kulthum. When Umar wanted to marry her, she said, "Well, she's too young." Because no, she's not. So if they were too young and yet they were older than Aisha, then how young is Aisha? Yes, that's inconsistent in the hadith literature.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is a clear error. And I'm like, and I asked my imams and my sheikhs, and they tried to explain it all around the bush. And I'm like, well, this is still isn't answering my question. How was he able to marry Aisha? They tried to tell me that it was divinely inspired by Allah, and they tried to
Okay.
say that was the same thing for Fatima. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, that means that the Prophet Muhammad lied to Abu Bakr by saying that she was too young instead of saying it was
Yeah,
divinely
be careful
decreed by
though.
Allah.
Fatima was too young, right?
Yes.
Okay, because when you say that Abu Bakr said she's too young, they'll say in the sound narration he said, "No, you're my brother," and that's
Yeah.
what his
Sorry.
rejection. Okay, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, these are clear errors, and these are clear errors in this hadith that are sahih. And if this is the case, that means that the prophet is a hypocrite. I cannot follow an example like this. If he's supposed to
Okay.
be the example of all of humanity, I cannot follow this, but this is
Yep.
hypocritical.
So then what happened then?
So then now is when they just kept trying to tell me that, oh, I'm reading into it wrong, or then sometimes tell me that this hadith isn't authentic. And I'm like, well, this is on sunnah.com. This is authentic.
Yeah.
So I'm just like this. I just don't know what's going on here. And then I tell these brothers. I try to tell them, like, if he's supposed to be my role model, and he does something
Yeah. Speak in the
incorrect.
microphone. Get closer. Speak to
Oh,
in the microphone. Stop
if
pulling
he
away.
if he does something that is considered
Omar, yeah.
lawful, you can hear me now?
33:21 of the Quran and 68 verse 4. Go ahead.
Oh, you told me to go to it.
What?
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah. Get close to the mics. Don't pull away.
Okay.
He's your role model. 33:21 and 68 verse 4. But go ahead.
Yeah. So if he's supposed to be my role model, and he says that he told Abu Bakr that it's lawful for him to do this with Aisha, but when it comes when it's his turn to happen to him with Fatima, he declines it and says she's too young.
Yeah, we know you got a problem with that, brother. Brother, I know you're upset. Let it all out. We got it. We got it the first 20 times you said it. We got it, brother.
I'm sorry. And then there's some
I know you're upset. Get to the next point, brother, because by the time we get to what your concerns are, I'm going to see my great-grandchildren.
Okay. The next problem was just hadith about having sex slaves, and I'm like, what is this?
Okay,
and it troubled Aisha that Muhammad had a sex slave in their bed, and then Allah revealed, why are you forbidding something that I made lawful for you? I'm like, what is this?
Troubled Aisha. So you don't want to be accused of Muslims of distorting the sources. You're talking about chapter 66 of the Quran, where Muhammad took Maria al-Qubtiya, Maria the Copt, to Hafsa's bed when she went to visit her father. She caught him in the act, and he made an oath that he would not sleep with her. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. It wasn't Aisha, it was Hafsa. But then she told Aisha what happened, even though she swore to Muhammad, she wouldn't say anything. And then Muhammad pulled himself away and was thinking about divorcing them. But nonetheless, go ahead.
Okay, and I'm just like, I'm reading these things, about like things about how he would have sex with all his wives in one night, and I would just be thinking in comparison, how is this a role model? How am I supposed to ever come into my heart and say that this man is supposed to be greater than the Messiah, Jesus Christ?
Absolutely not. He's not even as great as Paul. He's beneath the sandals of Paul. He's not good enough to carry Paul's sandals. And Paul was just a servant of Jesus. So that you saw that bothered you. So then what happened? Where's your, because you said you had some questions and concerns. So what happened then?
So after that, I was just like, and my heart is like, I just cannot follow this. From what I've read in these hadiths, it's not something morally I see that is correct. And then little things are like drinking camel piss. Like, what is this? Like, what am I? Yeah. And then stoning monkeys. Like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, the hadith where a man saw a group of monkeys wanting to stone a she-monkey for committing adultery, and he joined in the act. Sahih Bukhari. And then when you said about camel, yes, people from Uqil or the Uranians, they were sick, and he said, go and drink camel milk with urine for your stomach. Camel milk with urine. Okay. Then what? Yeah,
so I just came to the conclusion. I was like, this is not something that I can follow. It's not that I can't follow this. This is like barbaric in a way. And then I watched a recent video that you said about them circling the Kaaba 7 times, how that was a former act of the pagans. And I'm like, well, that directly goes against what Allah says about imitating the disbelievers, and that's sinful. But that's clearly imitating the disbelievers.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
even though they tell you Ishmael instituted those rites, and then his followers corrupted the practices. All right, so that was another one. So then what happened?
So then I was just like, I'm on my last straw with it. It's just like I don't know what to do anymore.
Okay, so then how can I help you then if you're at your last straw? What do you need?
I just need, so I truly believe in the triune God that's in the biblical scriptures. Like, I see it in the Old Testament, the New Testament.
Okay. Yeah, then you're no longer Muslim. Once you believe that, then you're no longer Muslim.
Oh,